what we're doing is, so you need your ruler and your pencil for this, and we're just gonna grid this out into 2-inch squares. Now on this paper, we're gonna have a little bit of extra room on one side, and that's fine. We don't need to worry about that, okay? So I'm gonna move my paper up here so that you can see how I'm using my ruler. Now, don't forget, you need to find where the first mark on your ruler is, not the very edge. So I want everyone to take a moment to find that on their ruler, not the edge, but the first mark, okay?
Like the big mark?
Yeah, the first big mark, yeah. So you need to find that, okay? And I know that this might be a little kiddish in telling you about that, but we had some measuring issues with our Zentangle project, okay? So I was a little nervous. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna break this paper down into 2-inch increments. So I'm gonna line up the first mark of my ruler with the edge of my paper, okay? I'm gonna kind of move my stuff around here. Okay, so I've got the first mark of my ruler up against the edge of my paper, and I'm gonna make a measuring mark at 2. I'm gonna make a little measurement mark at 4. I'm gonna make another measurement mark at 6. And then my last measurement mark, I'm gonna make that at 8. Okay, so you guys will see that on this side, it's giving us a little bit of extra. So don't worry about that little extra. It's gonna stay there for a while, okay? All right, so then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move my paper about halfway up, and I'm gonna repeat the same thing that I just did. So I'm gonna kind of turn my paper at an angle so it's a little more comfortable for me to draw or to measure. Okay, so I've just moved up about halfway up my paper, lining up the first mark with the edge of my paper, and then I'm gonna measure at 2, at 4, at 6, and at 8. Okay, 2, 4, 6, and 8. Nice and easy peasy. Okay, and then last one on this side, this go around, and I guess I should have mentioned that you needed to have your paper like long ways in front of you. Hopefully everybody got that. I did it in the middle, yeah. Okay, so I've got my paper like long ways in front of me, like portrait style, lengthways. So if you did it the other way, it's okay. We can recorrect. Okay, so I've got it long ways in front of me. Sorry that I didn't mention that first. So portrait style. I measured 2, 4, 6, and 8 down at the bottom. It's kind of difficult to see. 2, 4, 6, and 8. Then I went up about halfway. 2, 4, 6, and 8. And then I'm going to make my last measurements the same, 2, 4, 6, and 8 up along the top. Okay, so I'm going to kind of turn my paper sideways here so it's a little easier for me to see and measure around all my devices I've got going on. Okay, so lining up the first line of my ruler at the edge of my paper. And then here we go, 2, 4, 6, and 8. All right, now here is where I'm really talking about you drawing really super light. So you should, because we're going to connect all these lines to make a grid, you should be the only one that can see your grid lines. It's really important that these are really, really super light for this project, okay? So I'm going to turn my paper horizontally, landscape style. I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to line it up along my first set of 3 measurement marks. So I'm going to line it up to an average, and I'm barely going to let my pencil just drag across the paper. I want it to be nice and light. Okay, hopefully I'm making mine just a touch darker for you guys to be able to see. Can you see that line? Yeah? Okay, so now you repeat that for all of those measurement marks that you just made. So you should end up having 4 lines going across your paper, nice and straight. Okay, if your lines are like diagonal, if you're not measuring right, or if it looks wonky, you need to let me know now so I can help you out, because you need nice straight grid lines or this won't work for you. Yes, sir. You're having trouble. Okay. All right, Layton, I'll come over there in just a second. Okay, so there's gridding our paper part 1.